What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Lake Life Fishing. Chilling out in my garage right now. It's pretty cold in here at the current moment. It's about 25 degrees. It's pretty cold in here. It's that time of year again, November. Deer season just ended a few hours ago, Sunday. And I've been thinking about ways to heat my garage so I can work out here and do some small projects. And I contemplated on it for a bit, did some research, and I ended up getting this little guy right here, or big guy I should say. This Mr.Heater brand convection heater. It is the 30,000 to 80,000 BTU. I had the option of getting a forced air heater, and then with further research, convection heaters seem to be the way to go for heating a garage a little bit better. So I went with this little guy, but I'm going to do a little bit of test for you guys, show you how to use this heater, and show you how well it heats this garage. It's pretty simple. Comes with a regulator and a hose. Pretty much all set up. The only thing you really have to do is take this piece. This actually comes collapsed, so you got these pins here, on 3 pins on each side. Slide this top piece up. You're going to screw in your hose right down here and then hook it up to a propane tank. This heater runs on a minimum of a 20-pound unit. It takes up quite a bit of propane. From what I've used. I've already used this thing, as you can see right here. It does heat this garage decently well. The only problem is all the heat goes into the rafters because there's nothing stopping the heat from going up there, so sometimes I got to put a fan up there to help circulate the air. But this thing's pretty easy to use. Just got one knob right here, which is the ignition, and then you got your different levels right here. It's pretty similar to just a regular buddy heater, where it's just one knob, and then which is the ignition, and then your 2 levels right here for your buddy heater. It's pretty much exactly the same, so I'll just show you guys how to use this thing right here real quick. First thing you want to do is obviously turn your propane on. And what you're going to do is push this in. Did I hear that? Twist it over. So this is on the lowest setting right now. There's a good amount of heat coming off of it at the current moment. Not a ton. So I just twisted that a little bit. That flame got a lot bigger. There's a lot more heat coming off of it, so I'll turn it up to 80,000 BTU. So that right there is at its max. It's not super loud. I've been in here with a few of my buddies while this has been going, and it's pretty quiet compared to the forced air heaters that have a fan on them. Obviously it does take a little bit longer to warm up the entire garage. With a forced air heater, you can just place it down and blow hot air into a certain area. But this unit does work pretty good. It takes about 30 minutes to raise the temperature up. Last time I used it, it took 30 minutes to raise the temperature about 15 degrees. And then again, obviously, I don't have anything in the rafters, so all the heat rises up there. So a fan really helps when you got a roof kind of like mine. Plus, this garage is not insulated at all, so you need to take that for account. It works a lot better, from what I hear, in insulated garages, or at least garages that have sheetrock or something on them, something that's a little more enclosed. I believe this unit can heat up to 2,000 square feet. So you can see right there, it's up to 2,000 square feet. My garage is about 900 square feet roughly, when I measured it. Obviously, so this heats it pretty good, but again, all the heat escapes up into the rafters, so it takes a little longer to heat up than a normal garage would be if it was attached to your house or something like that. Standing right next to it, this thing puts out a lot of heat. It's kind of like a campfire in some ways. One nice thing about these convection heaters is that they also double as a stove if you want to do that too. This top plate gets pretty hot. You can actually set a pot or a pan on top of this and cook food. I've seen it done with other convection heaters. It's a pretty nice little unit. Fairly simple to set up. Everything is pretty self-explanatory. This heater ran me about, it's $99 at Menards right now. And with tax, it ran me about $107. So it's not too terrible compared to the forced air heaters, which I believe the forced air heater I was looking at was 60,000 BTU, and that was $129 marked price. So this you're getting way more BTU for a lot cheaper. I think that's quite a good deal, and it does a great job of heating the area that you're in. So I'll let this thing run for a little bit, and then I'll show you what the temperature's like here. All right, so update. I actually I've left the heater on in my garage for about 15 minutes. With the windows closed, by the way. By the way, you need to have your windows open a little bit anyways to help prevent air for CO2 and all that stuff. So otherwise, that's bad. But no, it's been running for about 15 minutes. And I just looked at the thermometer. It was roughly around 25 degrees in here a little bit ago. It is now 40 in here. It's a big jump. It's about a 15 degree jump in about 15 minutes, which is pretty dang good. It doesn't get super hot in here when I've had it running, but it's enough to where I can wear a sweatshirt and kind of just be in here, and it takes the chill off of things, and I can actually work on stuff without freezing to death or having to warm my hands up constantly. So that is the nice thing about that. But yeah, that's 15 minutes of this thing running on full blast 80,000 BTU, 15 degrees, 15 minutes. That's pretty good. Like I said, this is about 900 square foot garage, roughly. Don't have the exactly, and then plus we have the rafter up there, which I'm sure if I climbed on a ladder and went up there, it would be pretty dang warm, as it was in the past when I went up there. Something that I do plan on doing is taking this stuff right here. This is just a plastic tarp for painting your vehicle or doing whatever painting jobs you need. They're pretty dang cheap. I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to line the rafters with that tarp just to make the ceiling a little bit lower, hold the heat down lower instead of it rising up all the time. I won't be putting it where the garage doors are, just to make sure there's nothing bad going to happen with that. This is a rental house, so I don't want to break things. But as of currently right now, when I'm in my garage, it's pretty dang warm in here. I could definitely be wearing a sweatshirt right now and not have any problems. It can still see your breath a little bit, but it's warm enough to the point where I would feel comfortable working on, my four-wheeler or the snowmobile or other things that I have in here, all the miscellaneous stuff that I have. So that's pretty much it right there. That's the Mr.Heater Convection Heater, 30,000 to 80,000 BTU per hour. Like I said before, this thing runs on a 20-pound tank and up. I actually have a 100-pound tank that I'll probably fill and bring in here for the long winter ahead of us. I don't have to fill up that small little tank so many times. And like I said, make sure you have it ventilated in here so you're not gonna pass out from the carbon dioxide and fumes that come off this thing. I mean, there's a lot of heat coming out of this thing. There's a lot of gases that don't exactly agree with your body. So make sure you have enough oxygen to breathe. Open your windows. Don't be dumb. But that's pretty much all. That's pretty much it for this episode of Lake Life Fishing. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys could use this information a little bit for heating your garage in this long, cold winter. Looks like we're going into another quarantine, possibly here soon. The bars shut down here in Minnesota, and I'm guessing there's probably going to be another shutdown. So, gotta find ways to make the best of it. Find ways to be outside and doing things. So, this is definitely going to help me a lot throughout this winter. To at least be out here doing projects and not being stuck inside my house all the time, especially at night since it gets dark at like 4:50. This is a huge help. But that's it. Thanks so much for watching this episode. I'll see you guys in the next one. And remember to live lake life.